Hello Raid Squidders, this is Greggs and welcome to our slightly delayed feature video on Tripwire's Z slaughtering game Killing Floor 2. I'm of course referring to the recently released Infinite Onslaught Content update. And of course we'll be covering the future of Killing Floor 2. Interesting times ahead, really. 2018 marks the first major content update for Killing Floor 2 Infinite Onslaught. Twisted Christmas and Summer Sideshow were last year's major updates, not to mention the countless early access content updates as well. We've got Endless Mode, weapons, maps, tons of bug fixes, map achievements and a bonus character, as well as tweaks and quality of life improvement. Let's break down the goodness. So, first off, as you can see we've got DAR, which stands for Domestic Assistant Robot. He's a returning playable character from Killing Floor 1 and a fan favourite. This time he's received a new look. His endoskeleton is visible this time, which can be decorated with various armour parts as you can see. The more cool looking parts can be unlocked by completing 5 increasingly tough waves in Endless. Get beyond level 25 and you'll be treated to some precious armour, again as you can see here. It's a good incentive to keep playing, looks really cool. As well as looking the part, DAR also sounds the part, as he now has his own voice pack, which is cleverly done as he uses his voices from the other characters mixed in with his own beeps, bops and blips, which are context sensitive just like the regular characters. DAR also has some cool looking first person hands and arms, which are very reminiscent to the Terminator. Very nice, good detail. It's also got new cosmetics, crates, achievements and a lot more. Also the vault's been stocked with additional cosmetics, character skins and weapon skins. A lot for you collectors out there. So let's talk about the Endless Mode. This is a really simple concept but tons of fun. They've actually added a few sweeteners in there just to keep things spiced up. Kevin calmly now takes the duty of the trader, offering us his dulcet tones, his trolling comments, his baiting, his sarcasm, and he's just pretty damn awesome. It's a nice change. We've also got the addition of random weekly events, i.e. exploding Zeds, quarter pounders, beefcakes and God knows what else. It's pretty terrifying. So when you play Dissector for the first time, or pretty much Endless Mode, which can be played on any map, which is pretty damn cool, playing Outpost on Endless is damn good fun. You can actually unlock a DAR armour for every 5 waves that you complete. So you can get up to level 25, you can actually unlock the precious armour for DAR, which I mentioned previously. It's certainly an incentive to keep playing. Gotta catch 'em all! So the map we're playing at the moment is Dissector, which is by Tripwire. This is a map designed specifically for the brand new Endless Mode. As you can see, it's quite a tight map with not a lot of wiggle room. You've got to be on your toes all the time, work as a team, make use of what space you've got, and keep an eye out for the traps, which cost 50 dosh to use. They can save your life. As small as the map is, it does actually open up slightly as time goes by. I get a very Biotics Lab tech-infused vibe from this map. It's pretty good, it's well designed, it's colourful, and it's got a lot of surprises. I like it. Let's have a little look at the toys we got here. Tripwire are always keen to share their toys with the trade, and Infinite Onslaught's content back is brimming with them. This time we get 3. 2 for the Firebug and 1 for the Gunslinger. First up, the Gunslinger perk is privy to the awesome looking AF 2011 A1 handgun. Whew. Put simple, this puppet is 2 M1911 pistols moulded into one. Double the firepower, double the fun. Pistol or pistols have amazing animations and texture work and sound pretty good as well. And of course, you can have one in each hand for ultimate gunplay pleasure. Watching those sliders eject their brass in Z time is glorious, as is the splattering of heads that follows. The Zeds don't know what hit them. Next up we have the community made map entitled Power Core. As is tradition with Tripwire's games, the cream of the crop user creations are added to the game, and Killing Floor 2 is no exception. Power Core is a holdout map with a variety of traps that can sizzle, dice and burn the Zeds to a crisp. It's a neat little addition that will challenge even the hardcore of Killing Floor players. With custom assets and interesting design, it's definitely a worthy addition to the roster. Just be careful not to activate the fan trap when your teammates are near them. Yeah, it gets a bit messy. Now to the Firebug's toys. The Pyre experts get the much requested Mach 10 SMG. This little beauty makes its triumphant return from Killing Floor 1 and is our current favourite, as you can also cross perk it with the SWAT. This bad boy is a silenced, fire-spitting death machine, guaranteed to make any Z dance the hot magma mambo. Just be careful though, the ammo depletes really fast. Use secondary fire to switch to single shot mode, if you really must. It's definitely a worthy addition to the ever-growing arsenal that is Killing Floor 2. Oh, and did we mention these guys? Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Rioter, also known as the King Alpha Claw. He's had a bit of a makeover in this particular update. So he's spotting some metal armour on his torso and head. He's also resilient to damage in that particular area. Strategy here is to aim for those stringy little legs, and that will take him down. He still has his really annoying power of being able to enrage these fellows' heads, sending them into a sprinting stupor, running towards you, eyes glowing with a determination to rip your guts out. Best thing to do with these guys is kill on sight. Aim for the legs, don't bother with the body, just waste ammo. Just aim for the legs, take them down, job done. Last, and by no means least, we have the Husk's favourite player melting weapon, the Husk Cannon. Another gun making a return from Killing Floor 1, but much improved and much nicer to use. This Glove of Love is available for the Firebug and the demo perk. This little scorcher is designed for both direct and area of effect damage, as well as setting nearby Zeds on fire. Perfect for making a hole in large crowds of Zeds, or taking a large chunk out of the bigger Zed's health bars. Charge this beast up to the max for extra damage. It's so satisfying to use, it's just sorely missing a secondary fire. Flamethrower anyone? The design animations are really neat, giving off some beautifully fluid robotic motions. Also has some crunching, scorching sound effects that really complement this beast very nicely. And that's all she wrote. This is the Infinite Onslaught Content update for Killing Floor 2. I'll link the full changelog in the video description for you to peruse. It's quite a long list of tweaks, fixes, quality of life improvements and other changes. Now, this isn't the end of the video, not quite. I thought it'd be nice to discuss the future of Killing Floor 2, as it's one of my favourite horde-based shooters. Tripwire regularly updates the community on the progress of the game. Killing Floor 2 is a constant work in progress. It's always been iterated, tweaked and improved, albeit based on community feedback and their own ideas. Every other week, a What We Are Up To progress report is released with key information on upcoming content releases. A number of polls have also been published, asking players to vote on which weapons or features they'd like to see in the game. The Mach 10 is a result of a previous poll, a very cool idea that not many game developers go out of their way to do. So, extracting information from the last few WWAUTs, that's what we are up to, we can deduce that the following is being worked on. This is in no particular order. Perk prestiging. This, again, has been a very sought after feature. Players who have reached a level 25 perk will have the option to prestige it, taking it back down to level 0 to wade their way through again. Those who choose to do so will experience increased leveling speed, an upgraded perk icon and rather nifty looking prestige knives. They look the boss. I have to say this feature is as attractive and welcoming as chips in gravy to a dog. That means I'm really looking forward to it. We're also going to see an expansion to the player roster with Mrs. Foster. That's Mr. Foster's other half. This character is an old favourite from Killing Floor 1 and will be fully voiced. This will act as a test bed as to how popular premium paid DLC will be. Interesting. Another big addition to the game is the weapon upgrade system. With this first iteration, players will be able to spend dosh to upgrade the existing weapon to improve its damage. In some cases, this will also add to the weight of the weapon being upgraded, opening up new late game loadout options. Almost every weapon in the game will be upgradable from tier 1 onward, minus knives or grenades. Also, as part of this change, traditional tier 4 weapons will also be adjusted to tier 3 weapons that can be upgraded to the tier 4 and 5 weapons. The goal is to add more options to the system to allow for greater weapon changes, but it will be limited to damage and weight for now. Interesting times. Does make me wonder whether the visual upgrades will ever come into it. Sights, laser sights, silencers, etc. We shall see. Of course, it wouldn't be Killing Floor 2 without new toys to play with. And of course, Tripwire delivers. Another beastly toy from Killing Floor 1 comes across in the form of the utterly devastating M99 anti-material rifle. This puppy was a community implemented weapon in Killing Floor 1, courtesy of the IJC guys. It looked and sounded the business. I called her Rosie, the Scrake Destroyer, and I cannot wait to hold her again in Killing Floor 2. Continuing the trend for all things bloody, next up we have the Gore Shiv. This makeshift shiv, try saying that after 10 pints, will be tied to the Survivalist perk. Made from 100% decimated gore fast, this puppy should get you out of a tight spot. Complete with severed fingers for the hilt, it's gross, but could prove effective in combat. Now I'm going to assume this next toy is for the support class, mainly because it's just it's a shotgun. 4 barrels of utter devastation. Not much else is known about how this shotty will function, which, by the way, is affectionately known as Doomstick. Well, I'm guessing it goes like this. Point, shoot, laugh like a madman, profit. It looks the business. Enough said. This final toy, which presumably is a treat for the Berserker perk, the Static Strikers. the ultimate glove of love. Not much else is known about this, but I expect a lot of blood and limbs will be liberated from the poor sap that's on the receiving end. We'll see. Now this is where things get really interesting. Rogue AI DARs. AKA EDAR, with 3 subvariants, the Boomer, Blaster and Trapper. Looks like these rogue units aren't that easy to stop, and will keep up the fight even without their heads. EDAR appear to be equipped with different weapons. There's Boomer, who is equipped with rockets, the Blaster that fires ranged pulses of energy, and the Trapper that immobilises its targets with a different type of ranged beam. I'll be interested to see how these guys are implemented into the game. Very interesting. And finally, Lockhart and his airship. This could be the sign that all the above is coming this summer. Well, maybe, maybe not. It's a hell of a lot of content for one event, but you never know. This is another character returning from Killing Floor 1, namely Steamland and the summer sideshow Peer of Pain. These past events were chock full of content and introduced the objective-based mode to Killing Floor 1. We've seen a hint of this mode in Killing Floor 2, so perhaps this is a sign it's coming this summer. Who knows? A new map is also shown that looks like we'll be taking to the skies. Very interesting. So that's the present and possible future of Killing Floor 2, and this is just the beginning. There's still a metric ton of content yet to come. I for one cannot wait. Well, this really is it for this video. We hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed creating it. Please don't forget to share, like, comment and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and keeps us motivated in providing you with new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the Killing Floor.